Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to New York State Bridge Authority meeting, the May meeting.
April,
that's right. I'm a little bit ahead of myself. Somebody said I was early for the May meeting or something. We have commissioners around the table. We have some of our department heads and other people in the room here. We're in a different room. Might be a little bit different than past meetings, but we are having our offices or the meeting room renovated and hopefully be done for the May meeting, correct?
Sure.
Okay. To my left here, we go around the room. Mr. Commissioner Rod Dressel, our Assistant Executive Director, Deputy Director, Paris, our Commissioner Roger Higgins. It's a little tough without seeing these name tags.
I know, it's true.
Council, Mr. Wetback, and our Executive Director, Carl Wetback.
Close.
Our Executive Director, Joseph Ruggiero, and myself. And like I said, around the room there are...
Joe?
Yes, I'll make a big announcement for him. And everybody else, our other directors and department heads are around the room, and also our distinguished guest who is Skyping in from
Queens.
Queens where? Bahamas?
Beautiful downtown Queens.
Mr. Joseph Ramaglia.
Oh, he's in Long Island City.
Can you
Okay.
turn up the volume?
Can we turn up the volume quick?
That's the last
Okay.
All right, in saying all that, we have an agenda before us today. Adopt the regular board meetings of March 17th.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Any discussion? If not, roll call. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Next, we have our administration. Next, we have our engineer, Mr. Jeff Wright.
Good afternoon.
How are you, Jeff?
Very good. Yourself?
Good, thank you.
First up is system-wide hazardous spill response services. We advertised in the New York State Contract Reporter. We received 2 bids, and we'd like to award 2 individual agreements at $25,000 each to Miller Environmental Group and American Petroleum Equipment and Construction Company. Their services will only be required if we have emergency needs for environmental cleanup, and they will be paid on a time and material basis.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Any other discussion? If not, roll call.
This is kind of like we just have them on retainer, really.
Correct.
That's same thing, right?
That's right.
Yes.
Except we're not paying him anything.
Right.
No other discussion? Roll
It's just
call.
on the come, though. We're not paying him anything.
We're
up
agreeing to
front.
what, if we do call them into service, what the rates would be, and you're allocating a certain dollar amount in the event we need them.
All right. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Second? Walkway?
Yep. Walkway over to Hudson. Project work assignment number 5 is for Metro North Railroad Force Account Agreement for flagging services. They've estimated their fee to be $40,600. Any contracts under $50,000 with parks do not require authorization from the comptroller. So Parks has signed off on this, and we'd like to get approval.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Next up is our first quarter for 2016 traffic accident summary report. You'll see we've analyzed once again all the bridges, and the accidents have gone down somewhat from the first quarter of 2015. We had a easier winter, and maybe that's part of the reason. We did come up with 2 accidents that were going to be requiring further investigation. There was a single vehicle accident on March 8th where a semi-truck coming up the on-ramp from Route 9 southbound at the Mid-Hudson Bridge ran up on the concrete barrier. It's happened a few times in the past, so we're going to put some chevrons up on the inside, on the outside part of the curve, and then also we're looking at possibly moving the concrete barrier that's on the inside of the curve a little, so that maybe it'll give them a little more room. The other accident, which occurred on March 4th, was Newburgh Beacon westbound. A car had a flat tire right at the start of the bridge in the left lane, and we realized that there wasn't a lot of signage that we could do ahead of that accident to alert drivers from running into the back of that car, which happened before we even knew the people were there.
Well, what do you mean by signage? Explain that to me.
Well, we've got a variable message sign that's around the curve,
Approaching the bridge.
approaching the bridge. It's before the Route 9D overpass, but it's quite a ways up the road. So, you see that accident ahead, it'll help, but it would be nice to have a sign right after the 9D overpass, almost right at the 9D
So you're
overpass.
suggesting a VMS installation at some point?
Right.
Okay.
So we're going to look into that
This is on the
potential.
west side of the,
Heading
This is
west.
on the beacon
East
side of the
we're
bridge.
heading west.
Dutchess
Yeah.
County
Yeah,
side
heading
going
down.
into the bridge.
So we're looking into a sign.
Great. We lost
We
Mr.
lost,
O'Malley. Hold on.
Carl.
Hello, Long Island City?
You want to adjourn for a moment?
Just recess.
Hold on, I got great confidence in Greg.
And his deodorant just
I'm here.
Oh, but now we got the volume.
Your volume's
There
much
he is.
better.
Welcome back,
The internet's going in and out. I don't know why.
because you're in Queens.
Sure has nothing to do with the strike.
Okay, next up is the engineering jobs in progress. Up at the Rip Van Winkle Bridge, the railing replacement project, construction should start in June. And at the walkway over the Hudson, the railing rehab project has begun. They've been taking off railing and replacing anchor bolt grout as they go.
Any questions? Oh, I'm sorry. Move it first, I'm sorry.
Move to accept the jobs in progress report.
Second?
second.
Second.
Questions? No? Answers? All in favor,
Thank
say
you.
aye. Thank you.
Aye.
Aye.
Next, Mr. Bryan.
Good afternoon. First up is the monthly investment report. There are 4 investments for the month of a routine nature. Those are reflected in the investment inventory. Yield on investments stayed stable through February, from January to February.
Move to accept the investment report.
Second? All in favor?
All right.
All right, next, the quarterly operation.
Next is the follow-up, or the last item from 2015. It outlines where we were relative to budget and prior year in a little bit greater detail than the annual report that we discussed last month. Overall, as it was made clear, traffic and revenue were both up nicely. Operating expenses were down primarily in 2 areas, salaries and retirement. Operating expenses overall came in 1.1% less than the prior year, which is always good. The authority's capital program came in $400,000 higher than what we expected, and that was a carryover from the prior year as we stopped working early in the December of 2014 associated with weather. But overall, it was a very good year, and as I said, this is the last report from 2015.
Any questions? If not, no actions required.
No action is required. Okay, last up, and this is a slight change, it's not material, but the quarterly accident report, we had a delayed reporting of 2 accidents at Mid-Hudson because somebody was on vacation. So the accidents for the first quarter jumped up by 2 to 45 at Mid-Hudson, to 45 total, and then the 2 additional ones were at Mid-Hudson. That's the only difference between what you have in your packets versus what I just handed out. There were 2 accidents involving authority vehicles. Both issues were addressed and reviewed by the Accident Review Committee meeting, and consistent, obviously, with what Jeff said, we feel that the significant reduction year over year in accidents is associated with the much milder winter that we had. in 2016 versus 2015. Again, no action is required by the board.
I don't think that guy will leave that body up in the air again another time, because that must have jarred his teeth.
He had a perfect 30-something year accident-free record with the authority, so it was...
Yes, 34 years of driving and with the authority with no accidents, and it's kind of tough
Obviously,
to...
his mind was somewhere else.
Yeah.
Well, definitely the truck was anyway. So.
Thank you, Brian.
Very good, thank you.
Next report would be from our executive director, Mr. Ruggiero.
You have the monthly expense report with no monthly expenses to report. The March 2016 traffic and revenue analysis report. We're doing well. I think the good weather in the early, for the late winter, showed an increase in revenue. Traffic is up, revenue's up.
Gas prices too. People are using their vehicles more.
It was the perfect storm of good news for us so far, so we'll take it compared to the early part of the 2010s. Any questions? And then you have the March 2016 Easy Pass sales analysis report.
No questions?
Well, obviously, we don't have to think about floating the bond right away, then we're holding our own. What do you think, Carl?
I think
Probably won't last until we need to, but
Thank you, Debbie Downer. No, but we're doing well, and it's good. So we're in a strong position. We have one matter of a contract negotiation for an attorney.
So you need a motion for adjournment?
We need a motion for adjournment. We're not coming back out of into this meeting. We are not taking any action into our attorney-client privilege section, so we will need no reason to come back into the meeting. So we have a motion to go into
Motion to close.
Motion to close first, and then a motion to go into attorney-client privilege.
I made the motion to adjourn.
Second?
First.
Second.
Any discussion? If not, roll call. In favor, say aye.
Aye.
And just let everybody know, May 12th is our next meeting at 3 o'clock. I think, is that ever changed?
That's the date it's been changed to.
Okay, and the
It's
time,
May
Bill?
12th. Same time, 3 p.m.
Okay. All right, so a motion to go into attorney-client session?
So moved.
Second. Any discussion? If not, all in favor, say aye.
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 Thank you all for coming. Thank you.